Hello students, today let's solve some of the numerical problems on the topics that we have discussed till now. So still till now we have discussed all the topics regarding to the electric potential and capacitance. So in that section, the half of the sections we have discussed already, like electric potentials we have discussed for point charge, for electric dipole cases, for number of charges, and later we have discussed what is the electric potential energy and what is the case of the conductor and where we can use it. So in this section, let's start to solve some of the numerical problems, and before we have solved it already. So let's take that. First question here, that is the charges Q1 is equal to 3 microfarad, Q2 is equal to 4 microfarad and Q3 is equal to minus 7 microfarad are placed on the circumference of a circle of radius 1 meter. So here one thing is given, we have a circle and its radius is 1 meter, that is given to us, and there are three charges Q1, Q2 and Q3. Suppose this is charge Q1, this is charge Q2, this is charge Q3, that is on the circumference of this circle, and the values of charges are given, that is Q1 is equal to 3 microfarad, Q2 is equal to 4 microfarad and Q3 is equal to minus 7 microfarad. Next question is given, what is the value of charge Q4 placed on the same circle if the potential at center C is equal to 0. Suppose this is the center C, and at this center it is given, due to all this system of charges, potential is 0 at this center, and we have to calculate the fourth charge Q4 that we have put here on the circumference of the same circle. So simple, we have the system of 4 charges, and due to all this system of 4 charges, potential at center is 0, then we have to find out what will be the value of Q4 here. So there are two methods through which we can find out. One is simple conceptual method. If you will see all these three charges, then some of these two charges cancel out these third charges. So it means that whenever we will calculate potential due to these three, then they will cancel out each other, and due to that at center potential will be 0. It means that if we are putting any other charge Q4 and if it will have some of the value, then due to that value obviously potential at center will not be 0. So to be 0 at the center, the potential is, we have to put this Q4 charge is equal to 0 coulomb. In mathematical way we can also solve it. So for mathematical way, as it is given, Vc is equal to 0, potential at center is 0, and at this center system of 4 charges, they will apply some of the potential. So potential due to this Q1 charge plus potential due to this Q2 charge, potential due to Q3 charge, and plus potential Q4 charge. Due to all these system of charges, this potential at center will be 0. So if we have to calculate this potential due to this Q1 charge, so this is behaving just like the point charge. So due to point charge, the potential is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R here. So if we will write it, so this will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 divided by, suppose the distance one way I am taking just R, or you can write 1 also here. Second is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q2 divided by R. Third, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q3 divided by R. And last one, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q4 divided by R. And the distance is same, and these all are equal to 0 here. Now we can take the common as 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R. So if we will take it common, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R, then this will be equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4. This is equal to 0. As this term cannot be 0, reason is that R is fixed, and if we will take this term is equal to 0, R will be infinite. So if this term is not 0, then this bracket term should be 0 here. So it means that Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3 plus Q4, this should be overall 0. Now let's put the values of Q1, Q2 and Q3. So as Q1 has value 3 microfarad, Q2 has value 4 microfarad, Q3 has value minus 7 microfarad and Q4 we have to calculate. So from here you can see obviously this will be equal to 0. So it means that to put the potential at the center is 0, Q4 charge must be 0 here. Next question that we have, determine the electric potential at the surface of a gold nucleus. The radius is 6.6 into 10 to the power 15 meter. And the atomic number for the gold, you know already that is 79. And the given charge on one proton is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19. So question is that we have a gold nucleus, and obviously you know that the nucleus shape is spherical. So in the nucleus you know that in nuclear composition neutrons and protons are situated inside the nucleus and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. By using Bohr model we can easily say it. So if all the protons are situated inside the nucleus, then to calculate the potential due to all that protons, we can consider that all protons are situated at the center of the nucleus. Means as the nucleus is very tiny space, then we can take that all charge carriers are present at the center, they are concentrated at the center. It means that overall 79 protons that are situated at the center. So we can calculate first of all what is the charge that is on the center. It is present Q charge. So this will be equal to, obviously atomic number is 79, then a number of protons will be also equal to 79 here. The number of electron if you have to calculate, that is also 79 here. 79 into charge on one proton. So charge on one proton is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this is the charge that is situated at this point. Now we have to calculate what will be the value of potential at the surface here due to this charge Q. So as radius is given, so at r distance if you have to calculate the potential, then we can again see this is just like the point charge. Means a point charge Q is situated somewhere and we have to calculate potential due to point charge at some distance r. So one formula we can write, V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R here. Now let's put the values that we know here. So 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, its value is 9 into 10 to the power 9 here. Value of Q, this will be equal to 79 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 divided by this R is given 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 15 meter. So these all values we have, and after solution you can see its value will be equal to 1.7 into 10 to the power 7 volt. So this is the value of the potential due on any gold nucleus due to 79 protons that through which gold nucleus is made up of. Next problem we have, first let's say is it. Third is 2 point charges Q and minus 2Q are kept at distance d apart. So here the two things is given, we have two charges Q and minus 2Q. Suppose this is Q charge and this is minus 2Q charge. They are at the distance d apart from each other. Question is that find the location of the point relative to this charge Q at which potential due to this system of charges is 0. So question is that we have system of two charges Q and minus 2Q. We have to find a point P relating to this charge Q. At that point the whole of the potential due to this system should be 0. So suppose that there is a point P on which due to this system of charges potential is 0. So you know that at any point due to system of charges potential is given by potential due to this charge plus potential due to this charge. It means it you can see the, suppose I am taking it, potential due to this plus q charge plus potential due to this minus 2q charge. The summation of this should be 0 at this point P. This is our condition, this already that is given. So suppose with respect to this q point or q charge, the point P is situated at x distance. So we have to find this distance from this charge q here. So obviously this distance will be equal to d minus x. So we can write again what is the potential due to plus q charge. So as this q charge for this point P, again it will work as the point charge. So due to point charge, potential is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by r square, and the distance between these two is x square, plus here due to minus 2q charge, the potential this will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 here minus 2q upon the distance that is d minus x whole square, and this whole should be 0. Now we have to solve this equation. So after solution, obviously you can see, you can take common q upon 4 pi epsilon 0, and that obviously that value will not be equal to 0. So the common portion that we will take, that is 1 upon x square minus of 2 upon d minus x square. This is equal to 0. So and again if you will solve it, then by solution we can see x is equal to d by 3. This at d by 3 distance from this charge q, the potential due to this system of charge, that will be equal to 0. So next question, we have two charges minus q and plus q are located at points A and B respectively. So here the location of A and B, this is given 0 0 minus A, and B this is 0 0 plus A. So here two charges, that is this is minus q charge and this is plus q charge. This is located at these 2 points. Then question is, how much work is done in moving a test charge that is q0 from point P to Q. So here point P, its location is given 7 0 0 to point Q, that is minus 3 0 0. So this is simple our question, in which two charges minus q and plus q are located at this point, and we are moving another point q0 from P to Q, then we have to calculate what will be the work done. As you know that whenever system of charges we have, then due to that system of charges the potential will be also. So due to that potential, if we are moving any other charge in that field, then we have to do some of the work, and that work is equal to take charge q0 into change in potential. Means change in potential, potential at P, potential at Q. If you will take change and if you will multiply it by q0, that will provide the work done here. So for that case, first of all, let's assemble that on the graphical way. So for this case, suppose here this is our z axis, this is positive z, my negative z, this is positive x axis, negative x axis. So suppose in this direction y axis and negative y axis, that is in this perpendicular direction we have. So first charge minus q, this is at point A. Suppose this is our point A, this is 0 0 minus A. So this is minus q charge, and if you will see this location B, so this is equal to 0 0 plus A plus q charge is situated at this point. Now if you will see these two charges, so these two charges are of equal magnitude and opposite signature. Means this is plus q minus q charges, they are separated by some distance 2a, then obviously they are making a dipole here. So this is the case of electric dipole. This an electric dipole we have, that the distance between that two dipole is 2a, and they are along the z axis here. Now we have 2 points P and Q. So P point, if you will draw, that is at x axis, this is 7 0 0, and this Q point is at negative x axis, that is minus 3 0 0. We are moving any case charge q0 from this P point to Q point, then we have to calculate what will be the work done. So by concept, if you will see, so as this is the axis of dipole, that is z-axis, and this is this point that is going through the center, and it is the perpendicular point. So obviously this is equatorial axis for the axis of the dipole. So you know that already at any equatorial point the electric potential due to any electric dipole is 0. So it means that over this whole of the axis, x-axis, the electric potential will be 0. So if electric potential is 0, then electric potential is Vp, or at Vq this will be equal to 0 here. So if it is equal to 0, then if we will calculate the work done in moving this charge Q0 from P to Q, this is given by Q0 is equal to Vq minus Vp. Change in potential. So as these are potential have equal values, that is 0. So obviously this will be equal to 0. Means no work to be done here whenever we are moving any charge at this equatorial axis. Simple, this question can be asked in a simple way, like at which axis the work done will be 0 in the case of electric dipole. So simple, at any equatorial axis the work done will always be 0. Reason is that as there is no change in potential, as potential is 0 there, then obviously no work is done to move this charge over this axis here. Also you can find out the values of this W by calculating the potential due to these two. So for the calculation of potential due to system of these two charges at this point P, you can calculate by the concept of point charges, and again in the same way you can calculate VQ by this calculating this distance and this distance, and after that you can apply this formula that will also be equal to 0. Next question that we have, 27 drops of same size are charged at 220 volt each. They coalesce to form a bigger drop. Calculate the potential of the bigger drop. So it is given that we have 27 drops and they are of same size. So suppose that every drop they have radius r. Obviously drop are spherical in nature, so means we have 27 spherical small drops and we are combining them to form any bigger drop. So suppose the bigger radius of this bigger drop after combination, this is capital R. Then we it is given the potential at potential on each small drop, this is given 220 volt. Then we have to find out what will be the potential at this bigger drop here. So to calculate the potential at bigger drop, again we will see the same thing. Suppose here the charge at this bigger drop at the center, this is Q. Due to that the potential at this distance R, this will be equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q divided by R. So we have to just apply this formula to calculate the potential, and for this these two terms are unknown for us, Q and R. So let's find out first of all Q and R here. So if you have to find out Q, then suppose that here the smaller drop, every drop has Q charges. Then we know that if we are combining 27 Q charges, then due to their additive nature, this capital Q will be equal to 27 summation of 27 charges, or you can write as they are identical, then capital Q will be equal to 27 into this small charge Q here that is situated on every small drop. Clear? I think there is no confusion on the capital Q. Now as the potential here is given, then we can calculate this small q in the terms of potential. As again with the same concept here, a small q charge is situated at center, then we can find out what will be the potential at some distance small r. So this will be equal to, suppose Vs is this, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q divided by R here. So from here if you will calculate Q, this will be equal to 4 pi epsilon 0 R divided by Vs, and the value of Vs is given 220 volt. So here we can write 220 volt here. Means the value of Q we know it. This is 27 into 4 pi epsilon 0 into R into 220. This is the value of charge on this bigger drop here. Next thing that we have to calculate, this is capital R. So to calculate the capital R, we can see as we are combining 27 drops. It means that we are combining 27 volumes into we are converting 27 volumes into one volume. So volume of each spherical, small spherical drops, this will be equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube. And such 27 drops we have, they are making a bigger drop. So obviously this will have volume 4 by 3 pi r cube here. So after solving it, we can see that capital R is equal to 3 into small r. Now we have all the values. Let's write this value. So at the place of capital Q, we will write this is 27 4 pi epsilon 0. This is R, this is 220, and upon. In the place of this capital R, we can write 3 R. Now we can see this will be cancelled out, this R will be cancelled out, and this 3 you can write it here 9. So this will be overall value is equal to 1980 volt here. So this is the potential that is situated on the bigger drop whenever we are combining 27 smaller drops to make such kind of bigger drop. Suppose here question is given, we have 4 drops and that are not identical in shape, and if their radius are given and the charges on them are, suppose charges are identical on them, Q charges are there. So if you have to find out the potential on the bigger drop, if we are making a bigger drop by using them, so for that case, if you will use this concept, then here you don't have to multiply 4, you can add the volume of each drop separately. After that you will equate it and then you will calculate what is the value of R. So we can find out by the same method whenever we are combining or we are splitting any bigger drop into so many smaller drops, or we are combining smaller drops to form any bigger drop here. Let's see one more numerical problem. Question is that a short electric dipole has dipole moment of 4 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb meter. So it is given that dipole moment, that is 4 into 10 to the power minus 9 coulomb meter. It is given to us. Next thing, the question is that determine the electric potential due to dipole at a point distant 0.3 meter from the center of the dipole, situated first on the axial line, second on the equatorial line, third on the line making an angle of 60 degree from the dipole axis. So distance that is given, d is equal to suppose 0.3 meter. So we have any dipole system. This is suppose our dipole system of 2 charges q and minus 2 charges, and the dipole moment is given for them, that is p is equal to this value. Then first thing that we have to find out, suppose this is the center of these 2 dipoles, that is O. Then on the axial line, the distance is given from the center, that is 0.3 meter. At this point, suppose this is point P. So at this point P, what will be the potential that we have to calculate? Second, if we are taking any equatorial point, is at this point P, this is also at the same distance, that is 0.3 meter, then what will be potential? And if this point P is situated at some angle 60 degree from this axis and distance is again same 0.3 meter, then what will be the potential here? So these 3 questions we have. So for the first case, as in the case of axial point, you know that the potential, this is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 T divided by R square. So at any axial point due to dipole, we have calculated already what will be the potential. We can use direct the formula here. So that is the formula. As it is all of the values are given. So its value will be equal to 9 into 10 to the power 9, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Value of T is 4 into 10 to the power minus 9, and on value of R, this is 0.3 meter. So this will be equal to 0.09 if you will take square here. Again, now we can solve it and after solution its value is obtained, that is equal to 400 volt. Means at any axial point at the distance 0.3 meter from the center, due to this hole of the dipole, this will be potential will be generated, 400 volt potential will be there. Second point, we have any equatorial point we have. So, and this point P is situated on the equatorial axis. So as you know that on any point on the equatorial axis, potential is always 0. So obviously if P point is situated at any distance, the potential will be 0 here. So simple, in this case potential at any equatorial point, suppose E and I T, this is equal to 0. In third case, it is given this P point is at an angle 60 degree from the axis of the dipole, and again this point P is situated from the same situated at the distance of 0.3 meter from the center of this dipole. So in this case, you know that the electric potential due to electric dipole at any central point, we have calculated that formula also. So formula is at any central point, this is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. This is P cos theta divided by R square. So this formula we have. Now we can use this formula. So as the value of 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, this is 9 into 10 to the power 9. Value of T, this is given 4 into 10 to the power minus 9. Value of theta is given, this is 60 degree. Then we can write cos theta, and the value of cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 and divided by this R square. Again, if you will put this R square, this will be equal to 0.09 here. So after solution, if you will see, obviously this value we have solved before for the axial case, and this is 400 volt. So 400 upon 2, if you will solve, this is equal to 200 volt. So by using the concept and by using the formula that we have derived, we can easily solve all the numerical problems of here. And these are very, every numerical is based on the concepts here. So simple, you have to just put your focus on the conceptual problems, conceptual things, and if concepts are clear, you can solve any of the numerical problems here. So I think most of the numerical problem that we have discussed today, that is now clear. So students, up to this point we have calculated, we have solved a lot of numerical. I think every concept is now clear, as we have discussed every concept related to electric potential. Here numerical is mostly related to electric potential energy, electric dipole, point charges, system of charges. So these problems you can have, and you have to solve all these. Like in case of system of charges, we can have system of charges on any triangle, on any square. So such types of systems you can have, you can solve that all. And later as we have discussed Faraday case and electrostatic shielding. So these topics are very important for the case study problem, as in previous year sample paper Faraday case was the problem in the case study. So you can focus that also, on the topic also, where you can use the electrostatic properties of the conductor in your daily life. So such kinds of case study problems you can have also. So all the things today that we have now discussed, that is clear. So let's end the class here. In next class we will start the next topic of the chapter, that is capacitance. So simple, what is capacitance and what is the need to study of the capacitance, what kind of instruments we are making by the knowledge of the capacitance, and where we are using that in our daily life. Later, if we have to make a large of capacitance, then how can we combine them? So such kind of things we have to understand. Later we will see, as we have understood only two kind of materials up to now, that is conductor and insulator. So third kind of material, dielectric, that we will see there also. So in the chapter and next classes we will start these topics, capacitor and dielectric. So let's start that in next class. For today let's end it here.